The best longsword in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm gonna tell you everything about it. Stay tuned for. So what's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy on this channel covering everything regarding KCD 2 and The Witcher 3, two of the best games in the world. And we're gonna be talking about the strongest weapon in the game, the best two-handed sword, which will be lashing through enemies with ease and you will have the best time of your life. There are two options for you. One connected to a quest and the other one not connected to a quest. And yeah, let's test it out here. Flutch, clutch, boom. Wow, he can take some hits though with that awesome armor below. But yeah, I guess those soldiers, they are better prepared for me than I was for them. Yet this weapon is still absolutely blasting through enemies, though I would recommend to maybe picking the short sword that I recommended, because this is of course quite stamina intense and you will have to prepare yourself, brace yourselves, especially against those awesome enemies in the Kuttenberg region. So yeah, let's better talk about where to get it. We need to get here. So this is where we need to break in. Let's show you on that map as well, because it's actually here. Here's Kuttenberg, here's Old Kutna, and there it is where we need to get. We need to get to that locked dugout, which is this little area right here on that side. You have to fight one enemy and there you will get it. It's the blacksmithing recipe for that longsword that you need. And it's actually, yeah, I told you about two options. Now the first one, without any spoilers, it's the dueling longsword, and we will talk about that first and then talk about the spoilery better weapon in the end. Now for that you need some deerskin, horn, sword guards, pear sword, pommel and Toledo steel, as well as iron. How do you do so? Of course, first of all, you wanna get your craftsmanship up to level 16, because you need Martin's secret, and then you can skill it and get the level 4 weapons, which are the best ones in the game. Now I told you the dueling longsword, we're gonna do that now, and it's extremely strong, especially when sharpened. And this is the strongest two-handed sword in that game without a quest connection. So you already know where to get it. You know that you need to get Martin's secret. Of course, I would totally recommend getting the strong quick finger potion effect for you, going for increased craftsmanship. And the next thing, of course, is then going to a forge. Now my recommendation is to totally first drink a savior schnapps and then forge it, because if you fail to get the level 4 weapon, you will then of course have the chance to reload your save game. But beware, there's an icon bug where it will tell you got a level 3 weapon, but it's actually a level 4. Now to get level 4, do the 3 pump technique at first. A sword has 3 areas to heat up, so you give 3 pumps per area and then go to the next one. It will heat it up the quickest, and also you will have a look at the sword at all the times, because you won't overheat it. If Henry says, "Hoopala, that was too hot," better reload your save instantly, because chances are that this will be a 3 quality sword and not a 4 quality sword. So if you notice that, yeah, you better go back. Now for the blacksmithing process, you wanna of course hammer it evenly. So you better go up and down the sword and do it for a few times. You can do it in one go, though I would recommend take your time, be patient and do 2 runs, because yeah, if you do one, it might get too cold, and if you hammer a too cold sword, yeah, you guessed what, it's maybe not gonna be a 4 quality sword but a 3 quality sword. So you wanna and better be safe than sorry and reheat it to the optimal heat, and then go back to the blacksmithing process later, because yeah, that's process will take you maybe an additional 30 seconds or so, and it's worth investing those extra 30 seconds, taking into account that a whole blacksmithing process will take like maybe 4 to 5 minutes. If you're quick, maybe 3, and do it in one go and have that rhythm. Quick shout out to Toby from Morehouse Studios. We did an interview. It will maybe be up on the channel with English subtitles. We did it in German, and we talked about KCD 3, the future of KCD 2, potential add-ons, housing systems, and more. So keep your eyes on this channel. It will be there in a few days maybe, or I will just curate it as an exclusive news info video and not give you that German interview with translation. Now this will result in the 4 quality dueling longsword, and this will be straight up the best sword in the game, except for quest items. as stated before. So if you're happy with that, you now got your weapon and you can use it and you can wield it and you feel like that knight that you are. Oh, Henry looks kind of sad. He always does in photo mode. You are now capable to maybe slash through enemy hordes, though I would totally recommend either doing it to wield Beowulf technique with a sword and shield, or going for the one-handed sword for fighting multiple enemies, because you're quicker than. For one enemy, yeah, you can totally do the dueling. Of course, it's called dueling longsword because you would want to use it for two. Now, for the best weapon in that whole game, I warned you, it's of course the Reforged Radzik Kobyla's sword. As you can see, I only did it in quality 3. Why did I do so? Right now it's bugged. If you do it on quality 4, chances are that the stats on it, and you can see them here, they are pretty decent, the stats on it will be worse on quality 4 compared to quality 3. So that's a bug. Warhorse Studios is aware of it. They're trying to fix it, yet you must know that if you do so, you will at this point get a worse sword than the dueling longsword, because yeah, right now at this point it's only theoretically the best sword in that game. So yeah, if you use like Radzik Kobyla's sword, as I do, right now it's not the best sword in that game, which you have to just take into account, of course. And yeah, the dueling longsword, it looks like this. Of course, the Radzik one looks a little bit more decent, yeah, compared to that one. Yeah, of course, just the iconic KCD sword, right? And you will want that, and you would want to use it, but be aware, of course, yeah, the quality will be worse. And how do you get that? It's pretty straightforward. Again, same forging process. You just need to have the sword that you get in the story, and you just need like the Toledo steel, and you will get that at any blacksmith again. Simply buy it or steal it from them. I would recommend like getting to this tavern here and then sleep until it's 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then go to this weaponsmith and rob him, and there you go. You have all the materials in the world and more groschen than you will ever need to simply pump out stuff. I mean, I just have 2.5k right now, but I have like a whole chest full of awesome stuff that I can use to sell then to NPCs if I need stuff later at a given time. So for me, my favorite sword is the Noble Sword, and I already pumped out a video about that. It's like in my weapon slot 3 at all the time, though I would recommend getting the one-handed swords going first, and then as a second option decide to get that going. Now, to be honest with you guys, for the shooting stuff right here, I never hit those enemies. It's so hard to hit them. I just prefer bow. I simply prefer bow and arrow, or of course the awesome crossbows that are in this game. But I think this one right here, I'm not getting used to it yet. I mean, you have the delay with the shooting, yeah. If you're just standing totally in front of that guy, it's gonna tear him apart, of course. But the reload, it just takes ages. And then you have to go to the next one. I don't know. I don't really like that. But the great thing is I can loot him now. Nobody noticed. Yeah. Can get that and get that. Hungarian shield. I'm a little bit overloaded now. Let's get that back to the horse. Holy, I'm really overloaded. And then I will repair it. If you're having trouble with getting your repair level up, of course, do as I do. Kill some bandits, kill some random guys. Then go to your chest where I store my repair kits and use that. Don't go to a blacksmith to repair it. You will totally need your own stuff. That's what I would recommend. I'm too overloaded to fast travel still. Oh yeah, quite confusing that like being even out is also overloaded. And yeah, I will just go back now and repair my stuff. Yeah, hopefully you're having some fun with that best two-handed sword in that game. Maybe the Radzik one, maybe the other one, which is great as well, of course. And this can, of course, help you out. Blurp. Yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It's awful. These guys, they tear me apart all the time. Well, knowledge is not the same as having skill, so maybe you learned something in this video. Also, feel free to check out the other one right there at the top, where I tell you where to get the Noble Sword, the best short sword in the game, which I totally recommend, or that video, which might help you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you in that next one, and goodbye, guys.